what we're now seeing, certainly from the likes of agitators like Tommy Robinson, is an attempt to somehow tie Israel's attempted erasure of Palestine and the Palestinian people with underlying fears of Islam in the UK. The two have nothing to do with each other. The Middle East is all about land and human rights, self-determination and sovereignty. And as we've seen from Benjamin Netanyahu speaking in Congress, he's attempting to frame it as some sort of East v West battle, and that they're fighting our fight. And if we don't beat the Muslims in Palestine, then they'll be killing you on your doorsteps in Bolton or wherever. That's utterly mendacious and frankly very sinister.
Right. Thank you, Kai. Basil identifies as a neutral observer, and yet he talks about genocide and
well, of course, because the International Court of Justice have talked about genocide, Roger.
Well,
you can't sit here, you know.
Sorry,
we have international institutions for a reason.
Let me address Kai, please, with the question. There are people, you must admit, who don't call this genocide, and the International Court of Justice has been questioned about an awful lot of things, but you referred to genocide, and you said these were not hate marches, although it's been widely reported that there were swastikas and kill the Jews. And
no, it hasn't. You know, stop making stuff up again. We can't have a serious discussion if you're just going to repeat unsubstantiated.
I'm not making anything up. I'm referring to what's in the reports in the media, which everybody has seen.
Oh, the corporate media. We can always rely on them, can't we, Roger?
There have certainly been instances reported and videos seen of elements within the marches that may not have represented the mass of people at the marches who were there to advocate for Palestinian peace, but those marches became very hateful and certainly scared many Jews and many Muslims and had quite an effect. So I wouldn't say that they were absolutely not hate marches. You also refer to the erasure of the Palestinians. So that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but those don't sound particularly neutral to me. And I wanted to ask Kai for his view again on the question of whether these two things are related. I think you make a very interesting point, Basil, in how they are related in the sense that the problems in the Middle East have fueled at least some of what's going on in the streets this weekend. Kai, over to you, please.
Roger, I would agree with the last statement that you made. I think a lot of tension in the Middle East is also giving rise to some of the tension that we've seen here in the United Kingdom. Now, I don't know whether Basil has actually been to any of these pro-Palestine rallies. I actually went to one myself as an observer, one that took place down in Cardiff Bay. When you hear chants of F the Jews, every Zionist is a racist, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, I'd hardly call that a peace rally or a peace protest.
Well, I've got to stop you at that point. First of all,
Basil, I'm going to stop you because we're not going to get anywhere if we interrupt each other. Please let Kai finish, then I'll come to you.
Okay.
You see, Basil, I can talk from my personal experience of what I heard, what I witnessed. That's what I'm conveying. This is not a generalization of what I've seen in the media. This is what I've seen with my own eyes, heard with my own ears. Yesterday in Cardiff Bay, where the police issued a Section 35 and Section 60 public disbursement order, once again, an anti-racism guised rally was allowed to take place in spite of those public orders being in place, where once again the cries of F the Jews, every Zionist is a racist, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, were not only heard by people in attendance, were videoed and placed on social media. You can't deny what is there. Now, the simple fact of the matter is, I'm tired of hearing about genocide and these things because it's convenient to fuel a particular narrative. When it comes to the sovereignty of Israel, Palestine has no legal sovereign claim to the land. Israel has fought 3 defensive wars, won every single one of them, and following those defensive wars, ceded territory back. The simple fact of the matter is, in Gaza and in Palestine, you have a group of people, not every person,